This next part of the dream is for the church, the body of Messiah, ones who are lacking in God, becoming lukewarm. I was in the playground with a friend, and then after a while I had to undergo a punishment. First I was whipped on my upper back, and then my dad changed to whipping me with a belt on my behind, 12 times. I asked him not to strike me so hard, but he said he needed to. Then afterwards, I was in an expensive house, and I was with a man and a woman, and the man seemed to be doing weird things, and I got a message to get out of there, and I closed 3 doors all behind each other, and departed out of the window, and ran as fast as I could. Then I got into a car and was travelling the right-hand side of train tracks to leap onto the train. Then 3 police cars showed up, and so I ran off down a cliff and went and hid inside a bush. Later on we came back into town, and I seen the most disturbing thing. Young teens were exposed riding on horses. I was so disturbed, I ran away. The whipping on my upper back was to symbolize the church, body of Messiah, Christ, receiving afflictions against their hearts, to face how far they have strayed away from God. When my dad said that he couldn't stop being hard, that was the Heavenly Father saying he can't stop these judgments now they have issued out. The 12 times is symbolic to the seals and the trumpets combined. When I was closing 3 doors, those doors are doors to deception and lies. This is symbolic to the body of Messiah having to close all doors to the enemy, so that he cannot deceive you any longer. They were also demonic doors that the body of Messiah need to close to avoid slipping into more sinning in their lives. These could be doors of bitterness, unforgiveness, fear, anxiety, pain, anger, resentment. When I was running away from the man, this is symbolic of the church, the body of Messiah, running away from false doctrines. They will even go so far as to convincing you they are the truth and the only truth you should be believing in. Also, they can bask in their sin. The police cars are symbolic to authorities that are working with the kingdom of darkness to try to stop the true believers from succeeding, but they will fail. The young teens are being dragged away by false ideologies, false information, and not presented with the truth. They are falling into the traps of the world, and not even their parents are protecting them from these false ways. They are in danger, and they need our help to find the truth, and not some so-called false truth, but the absolute truth in Messiah. The children was also symbolic of the perverse generation, an evil generation. We are in dangerous times, when our sense of humanity is almost eroded. We are in times when those you label as friends are too busy to visit you when you are sick, but yet can take day off to attend your funeral. We hardly greet our next-door neighbours, and yet have all the time to chat with strangers on social media. We ridicule the fear of God and tag it as outdated, and yet we edify and fear the devil and his handiwork like a sickness and wars. We hardly compliment our colleagues who are right next to us, but are very quick to like what strangers post on Facebook. We preach one thing in public and practice something else in private. We have no respect for authorities, no honor for parents, and yet foolishly worship celebrities. We drink too much, eat too much, and then contract third